Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is one of the most incredible games I've ever played. I haven't stopped thinking about it since the credits rolled, and the last time I felt this way, felt an experience I can never forget about, was when I played the Neo games, which automatically puts Clair Obscur in high regard for me since they're my absolute favorites. This game is made with nothing but pure love and passion, and it shows. So thank you Sandfall Interactive for making not just a remarkable game, but a brilliant piece of art. The game starts in Lumiere, the game's version of Paris inspired by the Belle Epoque era. Every year, a mysterious godlike being known as the Paintress awakens and paints a new descending number on a giant monolith. Once painted, she goes back to her slumber, and all the people of that age disappear in an event known as the Gommage, fading into nothing but petals and smoke. The people of Lumiere don't just sit quiet and endure. Each year, they send out an expedition to stop the Paintress from painting again. No expedition has ever succeeded, and this year it's time for Expedition 33, to either put an end to the Gommage or lay the trail for those who come after. As soon as the game begins, you're not just told what is at stake, the game makes you feel it. It makes you care, and it makes you curious. Clair Obscur isn't going to spoon-feed the story to you with exposition, it's going to make you live it and feel it. The story is emotional, it's bittersweet, it's profound and compelling. It's really difficult to talk about the story without spoiling, but there were moments when I was in complete shock with the twists and turns. The game is heartbreaking. I was on the verge of tears many times. Clair Obscur hits right in the feels. It has such emotional depth, it makes you contemplate life. The game's title, Clair Obscur, is a term used to describe the contrast between light and dark in art, and you'll keep seeing this theme throughout the game in various manners. For example, the conflict between hope and despair. Despite the game having heavy themes of loss, sacrifice, grief, and even morality to an extent, it manages to remain hopeful and has humorous bits to balance it out. Perhaps maybe, just maybe, I'll do a story analysis so I can talk about this game and the message it tells without worrying about spoilers, so make sure you're subscribed if you're interested in that. All the characters in this game are beautifully written. You find yourself getting attached to them very easily. They all have unique personalities, and it's worth seeking out optional interactions with your party members once the camp is unlocked. It really adds a lot to their characters and eventually also unlocks some extra side missions that you shouldn't miss. And who knows, you might just spark some romance. Clair Obscur has beautiful writing paired with amazing cinematics and phenomenal voice acting by everyone. The voice actors are so talented, they gave it their all, they really made the characters come to life and shine. I'm purposely avoiding talking about any character specifically as I'd really like you to experience their stories on your own, it's really worth it. The combat is turn-based, and while I'm not the biggest fan of it, Clair Obscur's combat was actually a lot of fun. Unlike traditional turn-based, in this game you can actually parry, dodge, or jump enemy attacks when it's their turn. So if turn-based turns you off, I still recommend giving this game a try because the real-time mechanics really make the combat a lot more engaging. If you parry an entire chain of attack by an enemy, you can deliver a powerful counter-attack, but parry timings are narrow, especially on the higher difficulty. It's high risk, high reward. And if you're having trouble with parries, you can just dodge as it has better iframes. The game has difficulty settings, so you can simply lower the difficulty or increase it depending on how much of a challenge you want. The game heavily relies on reflexes. Some of your special attacks also have quick time events. It's pretty satisfying to do because if you land all of them correctly, you do bonus damage. You can automate the quick time events if you don't like to do them. Each character has unique mechanics and abilities, and instead of a traditional MP system, the game uses an AP system. These are the points you'll need to use abilities. AP is gained by attacks and successful parries. You can also free aim and shoot enemies using AP. The different abilities are interesting too because not only you can deal powerful attacks on enemies, you can also chain attacks with other party members depending on how you've set everything up. For example, you can have a character do fire damage and inflict a burning status effect. You can use another character to chain the attack with their own ability that provides extra damage on a burning enemy. There are many such combinations that you can do to maximize damage, which makes the combat complex and enjoyable. To add more complexity and customization, you have the Picto and Lumina system. Pictos are equipable passive skills. There's a huge variety scattered throughout the world. They could be offensive, defensive, or supportive passives. You have 3 picto slots available, and each picto can be only equipped by one character at a time. Although, take a picto into battle enough times and you'll master it and convert it into a Lumina. This way you're not just limited to 3 passives anymore. Multiple Lumina can be assigned to multiple characters at once, provided they have enough Lumina points. Even the combat in this game is built around the language of art. It's a blank canvas that you can paint however you like. Your character attributes can be upgraded at any expedition flag, which serves as your checkpoints in the game. Watch out for what weapon scales with which attribute and create builds accordingly. There's a good variety of weapons available with different passives, and each weapon can be upgraded provided you have the materials. There are also different expedition resources that you'll find in your adventures. These are used to upgrade your healings, AP, and revive tints to use in battle. The enemy variety is great. Each region has their own unique mobs, and the bosses are just too good. Aesthetically, they're perfect, and every single enemy in this game has their own unique movesets. Some are easy to memorize, but some of the endgame bosses will prove to be a huge challenge, especially the optional ones. The world is phenomenal. The art direction is just fantastic. It paints one of the most gorgeous worlds that you just can't help but get lost in. Every single location in this world is breathtaking and unique. The visuals capture the game's title, Clair Obscur, perfectly. You'll constantly see the light and dark contrast in all the different regions. The environmental storytelling is just perfect. Each region is linear, but there is an overworld known as the continent which lets you go to different regions. As you progress the game, more and more areas open up. When you're on the continent, you do have a map to see where all the different regions are, but there isn't a mini-map within the regions themselves. I personally really like that. It gives a great sense of discovery. We are expeditioners after all. And it's fun to get lost because the world is full of secrets. You may find new weapons, pictos, merchants who want to trade, hidden bosses, or my personal favorite, journals of past expeditioners. I was actually amazed by how much side content this game has. Amidst all the combat-driven regions, there's also chill places like the Gestural beaches with different mini-games to enjoy. There's so much I could talk about, but no, explore it yourself, immerse yourself in this beautiful magical world. And to add to the fascinating world, the soundtrack makes you feel the world you're in. When the game was first announced, it was actually the music that sold me on this game. The game's soundtracks literally speak to you. It amplifies every single emotion the game conveys. I've been listening to the soundtrack on repeat. I find myself constantly humming it, and trust me, you will too. Looking for a flaw in Clair Obscur is like looking for a needle in a haystack. The only flaws I can think of is the lip syncing. It's a little off in some cutscenes and invisible walls in some places, which can be a bit annoying. These things are super minor, so it didn't bother me at all. Performance-wise, this is the smoothest running Unreal Engine 5 game I've ever played. I faced no issues whatsoever except one crash, and the reason was identified and hotfixed on launch day itself. My PC specifications are in the description. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is art come to life. It is a masterpiece in every department for me. This is my game of the year, and it's become one of my favorite games ever made. Missing out on this game would honestly be a tragedy. This game is well worth the money. It's priced really well. They've honored regional pricing really well too. And if that's not enough, it's also on Game Pass. I'm so happy with the success this game has received. It truly deserves it. The kind of love that was poured into making this game is something you don't see very often. In a world where AAA titles are delivering such underwhelming experiences, Sandfall Interactive has shown the world what a passionate team can do when they let their creativity shine and don't have to deal with corporate bullshit. I really can't wait to see what Sandfall Interactive comes up with next, but I am sure that it's going to be worth the wait. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.